back to my cozy little corner. Today we are going to create a multicolor screen printed t-shirt using the new screen printing kit from xTool with my S1 laser. Thanks to xTool's first laser-enhanced screen printing solution, you can skip the emulsion and exposure process altogether because the laser will burn the image into the screen for you. I was actually really thrilled when xTool announced this screen printing kit because I was screen printing years ago and I just hated the emulsion and exposure process. That was the reason why I stopped with it back then. I was doing that process in my bathroom and yeah, it's just super annoying if you don't have the right space for it. So yeah, I'm just very excited that I can now again make my own screen printed t-shirts at home, and now it's just so much easier. I'm having here the multicolor kit, which is currently only working with the S1 and D1 laser, but if you have the M1, which I also do, you can use the single color screen printing kit. I already printed these one color t-shirts and yeah, they turned out amazing and very crisp, but today we are going to try two colors and yeah, it's also the first time for me doing that. But first, let me show you how to prepare the screens. So you're getting everything in this box and the screens and the frames are separate, so you have to put them together, but I will show you how to do that. It's very easy. So this is the front and this is the back of the frame, and we now need the back to put the screen on. The screens have a cardstock on one side which perfectly fits into the frame, which will help you to adjust it perfectly. As you can see, I just place it inside of the frame. And for the following steps, just be aware that the cardstock don't get out of the frame, so it should always stay inside like this. Oh, and these wrenches needs to be open. There are 6 of them. And all of them have to be open. So now just push the sides into the frame like this. And the screen comes with these tensioning strips. And we're going to use them to fix the screen like this. And then the next side. Then just flip it over and we're going to remove the cardstock. Okay, and lastly, you just have to lock these wrenches, and that way you're stretching your screen. So, and now your screen should sound like this. If it does, you have done everything right. So now we need the laser. The multicolor set comes with this frame fixing piece that you have to install into your laser. It's very easy, you just need to screw it in with the 2 screws that comes with it. And now you can slide the screen with the backside faces up into the frame fixing piece, with these tabs inserted into the notches, which allows us to burn multiple screens and keep the alignment perfect. I also noticed when using the honeycomb that the screen isn't completely flat, so I'm using these triangular prisms to make it fully straight. Yes. Now it's way more straight. So now moving on to the xTool software. First, I of course gonna connect my laser. I already made my design with Procreate, so I'm just importing it into the xTool software. I'm using PNGs, but I would recommend using SVGs instead. So now I have to create two separate layers. So we are going to use this one in red, and we're going to name it back, and this one will stay blue, and these are the lines. Now I'm just putting them together again. Okay, so in the software you just have to change here from flat lasering to screen printing, and then the material on coated screen. Now you can see this green line which shows where your screen should be in the machine. Oh, and if you have your design selected, just click somewhere on the working space, and now you can see these settings. After we selected screen print and coated screen, you can now click on your design, and xTool will already show you the standard settings to use for screen printing. But I also made a test on a screen to see which settings work the best, so I'm adjusting that to speed 150 and power 60. I already saved it here. And the second one as well. Then, very important, you have to mirror your design. So just select it and mirror it, and the second one as well. So now let's adjust the size. I think we are going to make 245 millimeters, and I will place my design somewhere here, so that I have a good amount of space underneath the neckline of my shirt when printing it. So I think this is okay. So then we are going to measure the distance. You have to move your laser head onto the screen, and then we are going to click here and it will auto measure the distance. Okay, and I would still make a marking, although we have this green line, because it just not always is the right position of the screen. So we are going to click here on square and then start. And as you can see, now we have this gray line, and it is a little bit bigger than the green one. So we are now positioning our design in the middle of this gray line. So I think this looks okay. Good. Then I'm going to select the back of the design and click on ignore, because we are first burning the lines. You can also click here on the eye icon so that you don't see it. And then we can already start lasering. So I clicked on framing and I'm quickly framing it, so that I see where my design is. Perfect. Okay. The lasering process takes a while, so meanwhile I'm putting my shirt into my heat press to get rid of all the wrinkles. So when I posted my first project with the screen printer over on Instagram, I got a lot of questions if the screen can be reused. So if you have a burnt screen like this one, you can reuse it over 100 times. You just have to clean it promptly after you use it to prevent clogging of the mesh with the colors. You can also remove the emulsion and redo it if you want to. A lot were asking if this is possible, so yes it is. It just works the same way like on traditional screens. But if you don't want to reapply the emulsion, you can just purchase new screens. They come in a pack of 3 for $30, so it's only $10 for a screen. I have everything linked down in the description of the video if you want to check it out. So first screen is done. I'm not sure if it got everything here, but I will blow it out with air. And off to the second screen with the same process. So now I put my first screen like this into the screen printer and lock it here. And on this side you have a knob with which you can adjust the height of the screen, but I think it is okay. We will test it now. So then I will remove this one. Now we can put in the iron shirt like this. So, and I'm just kind of checking if it sits in the right position. So I'm also putting a sheet of paper into my shirt to prevent the ink to bleed onto this wooden piece. Okay, so I think it is a little bit too high. So we are going to adjust this, and you have to be very careful here, because if you're not holding it here, the screen jumps up. So just be aware of that. So I think this is fine. So then you can already put the color on the screen. And then we are going to use the squeegee and push it through the screen onto our design. You can also flute the screen first and then go over it with pressure, but it may happen that you then pick up too much color. I normally do it that way, so with fluting, but I think this time we are going to try it without fluting. Wheel. Yay, it looks perfect. Something is here. A little light spot, but I think we can cover it up. Okay, so I can't find my heat gun, so we're trying this option. Okay, so now removing the first screen. Don't forget to wash it. And we're putting in the second screen. I really hope that the alignment will work out, because the shirt lifted a little bit after printing, so we'll see. I just quickly need to cover this up because I already screen printed something here. The earrings that I made for a reel. I just don't want it to be on the shirt. Okay, should we try or should I put a little bit more color? I don't know. I'm always so afraid to ruin a t-shirt. Big reveal. Yay! Wow! Okay, the flowers are a little bit off. Ta-da! Okay, so as you can see, it is a little bit off here. And the rest actually looks very nice, also the fox. But I think I just tweaked a little bit too much on these knobs, so I shouldn't have done that. What I also forgot to say, you have to cure your screen printed t-shirts to make them durable and long lasting. So after this print dries, you have to put it into your auto heat press. And that way you make sure that your print lasts a very long time, maybe also a lifetime, if you wash it right and be careful with it. So as you can see with the xTool screen printing kit, it is super easy to print your own t-shirts or anything else. You can not only print on fabric like shirts or tote bags, but you can also print on, for example, wood or on acrylic. I recently made these acrylic earrings and I printed them with this screen printer using a screen print ink for acrylic. I think this is a perfect tool for small business owners like me that want to create their own t-shirt or tote bag collection with screen printing. And I think you could also definitely start a small-scale t-shirt business with it if you want to. So if you want to take your printing game to the next level, I would really recommend to test out this screen printing kit from xTool. I linked everything down below in the description box, so definitely check it out. And yeah, I will see you in the next video, hopefully next week. Bye!